and it's he really
That
captures
moment, by
that
the way,
before everything goes to shit.
yeah, no, you're 100% right. And that moment is maybe like the bravura moment, like in the film, which like that one musical sequence,
Oh my God, dude.
where you just get like this like lyrical bit of generational time traveling, where this very soulful performance being done by Sammy, who is the sort of like young cousin of the two twin brothers, who they call Preacher Boy because he's the son of the local preacher who is their uncle. And one of the opening scenes is the preacher being like, you gotta not hang around with these guys. These are like bad guys. And, again, you're playing like the devil's music and, all this kind of stuff. And the actor Miles Caton, I guess he's a musician. And this is like his first role.
Oh, the guy that
I thought
plays
he's
the
fantastic.
blues guitar? Yeah, he's awesome. He's really
he's great, and he has a fantastic deep singing voice and a fantastic like guitar playing skill. And when he leaps into this song, where he is trying to get everyone to kind of buy into his feeling, and you just see Coogler let loose and go crazy with something that I'm going to describe, and it sounds like on paper like it wouldn't work, and it like would just like it doesn't.
You'd
it
almost
doesn't
think
feel
it'd
like
be
it would
like
play
pretentious and like I do.
I think.
Yeah, I get what you're saying completely.
Yeah, but it's this single roaming oneer that becomes this celebration of just like artistic expression and kind of like Black history and music, where you get all these eras
and Asian
of
as well,
sounds.
actually too. They have like
true.
They have like different.
There's like an indigenous component to it. It feels like everyone who's in that room is in communication with their ancestors and also like their future family selves.
Yeah, to have that image
all at once.
I love the image of having the old school blues guitarist and then the futuristic like 80s kind of pop rock glam guy who has like some crazy looking electric guitar and it looks like he's in a spacesuit and that kind of shit right beside him.
It feels like Prince is suddenly in there, and then you also get like the 2000s and 90s like hip hop guys, and you get girls, like dancing in like those kinds of outfits.
Yeah, they go like
then you and then you get like indigenous and like tribal drums and dancing and stuff as well. Like
right, and the thing about it is that I think the reason it becomes something that you can buy into is because it's clearly an expressionist moment of the film. Like things start to go way over the top. Like we're talking about like as this happens, the place around them starts to burn and burn down, but they never stop performing. Everyone's still dancing in their outfits and from each era and it's kind of like this image of like no matter what happens, even if the clan comes or whatever vampires whatever happens and destroys this night, it's like we had this moment and we were like free in that moment and we were expressing ourselves and we were just like we were able to love our culture and our people and everything. So it feels like a transcendent
we were
moment.
Like complete. Exactly. Like it does feel like they transcended the bleak outside world entirely, because it feels like so much of what these characters are being like, we have these things we desire, we have these relationships we want to have, we have these futures that we want to build ourselves to, but it feels like the outside world isn't letting us have them. And here is this moment of like, for about 5 minutes, we all believed that we were connected and we could all do it. And the way that, again, it just feels like he spent so much time and care into researching the kind of sociological and cultural, aspect of this and being like, this is going to be a full blues musical sequence. And if you read any interviews with him, he talks about how much this just like means to him personally. And, he had like aunts that were twins or something. And he had an uncle who was like functionally like the old Delroy Lindo character in this, who he listened to blues records with. And he felt connected to his own sort of like ancestors through this kind of stuff. And again, it's just someone pure, just confident filmmaking craft and personal emotional expression all combining into this moment. And what's so sick about this movie is that, again, this has been like an hour of the movie. Yeah. It's just been this really touching and really well acted and really well crafted like Southern period drama that's dealing with all this history and all this culture and all this blues music and how it all interconnects with each other. And then he just goes, but the outside world is still out there, and they're going to come in and get you, and they're going to take the form of these Irish vampires and these clan militias, and they are going to descend into this pure genre fantasy of then turning it into a revenge movie for fucking with that like attempt at transcendence that they almost pulled off.
Yes, and the fucking genius of it too is that he, like, that first hour, like we've already established, is more of like a crime history prohibition thing, drama, and then the way that he transitions it, where he has the shot of the house in the countryside, and the vampire lands, and it's just like boom, we're in a different movie now. Vampires are here. Yeah. And it's just like the genre switches completely, and he never strays away from that again. He's like, it's a constant reminder that death is coming, and I just love that switch. And it's such, he does it on purposely. Like the edit is a hardened sound effect where like it's just a house. You're like, what are we looking at? And then the vampire lands, and you're also thinking like, well, why is he jumping in front of the camera? And then you find out later that they have like kind of, they're vampires, so they have like these supernatural powers. And one of the things that they do is they're able to like leap incredibly high, and it almost seems like fly, but the way that he uses it is incredibly scary because he never really shows it to you.
The editing of the way that you did, just in the background of a shot out of focus, you'll see someone just float into the air, and then it cuts away, and you're like,
it's
well, where the fuck did he go?
Yeah, it's terrifying. It's like, I don't need to. It's like, I already know what it would be. It'd just be him floating, landing on the guy, and biting him. But there's something. It's the thought of the threat, and then.